Okay, so we're looking at the new modal banners. So this was the old A cross D cross E. And if I get into cursor mode without keeping on getting that little message. So the old A shape was here. This is the A shape right there. And notice how it fits right in there, as it should. So that's the old banner for A. It's just the Ionian, the Lydian, and the Mixolydian. And the cross means if I overlay those things, what I'm going to get is a diatonic. So let's look at the 5/6. The C-shaped A, 5 root 3 is G, C, E in the key of C. C-shaped, A-shaped C rather. I said C-shaped A, didn't I? A-shaped C. So if we do a pentatonic A, 5/6. And if we do a D-shaped F, it's essentially going to be a D-shaped F. We're going to do the D-shaped pentatonic. And we do an E-shaped G. If we cross them all together, meaning superimpose all three of those pentatonics, we'd get this diatonic scale. Okay, so now if you look at it on the piano, the A-shaped is going to start on the 5th, and it's still just a pentatonic scale, so it'd be, and it goes up to the 6th there, maybe up to there, and then the D shape would be a pentatonic starting on the 5th. It's the same thing, but it's going to be D shaped now. That's the interesting part, because then we use the F pentatonic, but we're not going to hear the Lydian quality in that. We're not going to hear this. We're not going to hear the 7th, because we don't play the 7th in a pentatonic scale. So it's going to follow that Lydian scale, and we're going to be starting on the 5th anyway, right? Because D shape's going to start on the 5th, so it's going to follow that Lydian scale. You see how that sounds like that? And that's D shape. And then in the Mixolydian, it's getting a little difficult, but I'm still with it. We do the E-shaped G. All right, so we're going to be following a G pentatonic scale. We're going to be starting on what? We are going to be it's going to be E-shaped pentatonic scale starting on that 5th, but it's going to be a pentatonic G, same thing, but now we're going to follow the G scale. Okay, so this is why pentatonics and then there was like one more note. Remember, that's the B now, because it's on the G pentatonic. Sorry, I thought I guessed at that last note, but it was. So that's the kind of like tricky thing. It's a tricky thing about pentatonic scales and even triads themselves. You lose the modal quality. Okay, you lose the modal quality of the entire scale when you just play a tritonic, a triad, or you play a pentatonic. That's why we can mix pentatonic so easily. But when you overlay them, it's only in the D pentatonic, which gives you the fourth of D, which will be F, that you're going to get the fourth there. Okay, that's not part of the root pentatonic. The root pentatonic, then you get the fourth pentatonic, you get the fourth, and then in the fifth, you get the seventh. So when you overlay them, of course, you get the whole diatonic scale. Okay, so I've pretty much explained about the banners now. They're a little harder to see. Okay, now this is the E banner in the tripentatonic, and this is the E banner in the modal. And remember, E, A, C is there, E, A, C is there, and then I show the E again because we're going around in a modal circle. So all of the modal banners go from Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, Locrian, all cage-bound shapes, modal circle. So this is all of the shapes. So all these little letters here, they're that for the five, for all five shapes, C, A, G, E, D, every one of those letters is listed in this. It's just the same thing in a different way of putting it. You go around the circle, starting on one, which would be caged. Okay, and then the second for each of those is the minor quality, going up one member of a pentatonic scale for each one. So C would go to D, and then to E, and then to E major shape for the fourth is only a half step away. A would go to C shape, and then to D minor shape, so there's your two minors, and then D major for the half step for the fourth in the A shape, If you want to make that the key of A, you can make it the key of A. Okay, so that's a wonderful thing about cage. It can be the different shapes of one key. So you can start with a C-shaped C, then go to an A-shaped C, then a G-shaped C, then an E-shaped C, then a D-shaped C. Or you can just stay in the first box down here and play the 5 different keys of caged. C, A, G, E, and D. Or you can start and do just what I said before that. C-shaped C, A-shaped C, G-shaped C, I wish I could get a capo on that, but essentially you got an E-shaped C, and then the D-shaped C would be way up here. I did a little lead into that last note. So this is the modal circle. Let's get back to what we were talking about. It's a little difficult to show. Here's the modal thing in the Roman numerals. So this is independent of key. It could be any key, any of the keys. Okay, any of the keys. Every key has a 1, a 2 minor, a 3 minor, a 4 major, a 5 major, a 6 minor, a 7th half diminished, and then back to 1 again. So even if it's the key of like, I don't know, E flat, we have and this one's the hard one. This the leading tone, the half diminished, which is D half diminished.